Well, hello. Well, hello.
Good to see everyone.
It's been a little bit. It's just been just a tiny bit. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Before anyone goes anywhere, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'd like to address the people that are here strictly for Big Brother. First and foremost, thank you so much
Can we please
for
get
all
some
the
dang
love and
pack
support
spam in the chat?
over the years. I truly, truly appreciate it. I've got nothing but love for the Big Brother community, and you guys know that. I'm glad everyone had some fun in the speculation. On my end, it was all in good fun. And, I don't want to leave you like that. I'm sure there's some people that are disappointed. I'm sure there's people that are laughing right now. But how you feel right now is probably this wasn't the intention, but as things started to snowball, but how you feel right now, either you feel really angry or you're laughing. That's probably the closest I can get to how you would feel if we're playing in the house together and the moment hits and you're like, oh, I would never be a bitter jury. How you feel right now is the indication of if you would or not. But I want to big thank you to everyone in the Big Brother community, in particular the content creators, Taran, the Carter family. Whether you posted on the Reddit, it was never my intentions for this to happen. It just, when you tweet out an emoji, I've been tweeting out coffee emojis for the past 6 months, and you tweet it out and it goes like live fire. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then you do a lowercase j and it goes. I'm like, all right, let's have some fun with this. So typically, and there's some people that had kind of figured it out. Like, I normally take the first week in July off, so I'm like, let's do it anyway. So before the Big Brother people take off, I do have plans this season to do some Instagram lives with some friends, and talk about the season, like Brittany on Instagram Live. I got to run that by her. But literally, just so you guys know, like, I haven't told anyone, like no one. I just want to have some fun with it, and so it's all in good fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I am eagerly awaiting the new season to watch along with you guys. Secondly, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the 596, the community that's here. You guys know I'm not going anywhere. And I gotta tell them, so we'll turn this to a live Q&A, but like literally no one knew. Like Ryan, Melf, Austin, Matt, no one knew. And the reason why I didn't tell them is I didn't want them to have to like tip their cards to their audience. I didn't want them to be in a position where they knew and they had to like maybe say something they weren't comfortable doing. But yeah, no, thank you guys for all the support. It's been a great week off, and clearly I had a lot of fun with it, but it's it's good. Look, and the other thing, like, and now I've opened up some questions, but like I never alluded to anything, right? I really just had a lot of fun with it. Yo, Deadly. I know, Deadly, you made an appearance in the video. I don't know if you saw it or not. But yeah, no. So I know some people are probably a little upset. But if you guys have any questions, I figure we'll do a live Q&A. I'll answer whatever I can to hopefully give you guys some insight. So right now it's a mix, and I love it. Right now it's a mix of like the normal community that's here, and then probably there's some like not fired up Big Brother people, or people that are like trying to understand. Did I have a good week? I really enjoyed the week off. I really did. It was good. It was really good. Fully recharged. Plateausing. Am I keeping the beard? I'm not. It's a vacation beard. That's it. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for being here. And like literally, like and that's what like Northern Lion and Melf, like they had no clue. And it's not because I didn't trust them. I just didn't want to put them in an awkward position. Grit says, did they ask me? I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question. And like, so I've been like pretty much unplugged. Like I've not been checking social media. So I'm sure there's a ton of stuff I got to catch up on, and I'm looking forward to that. Are you starting the new meat game tomorrow? Not tomorrow, but it'll be the next one once we're done with the challenge. Do I think this season will be an All-Stars? I hope it is. I hope it is. What was the funniest piece of speculation? Because like I said, like this all came out of nowhere, right? Like it was just crazy. Like on my end, I'm tweeting stuff out, and I'm like, how is this happening? And then so I'm like, all right, well, let's have some fun with it. And you guys know me, I'm in the YouTube comments, I'm on Reddit. So just reading like a lot of the speculation, I'm trying to think. And there was like some people that like very, very few people that had it figured out. But when I read a comment like, Dan's just taking a week off. He told us in his Monday podcast, which you can listen to on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher. You know, I dropped the podcast and said I'm taking a week off. Like I needed to recharge my battery. So it wasn't like there's stuff out there. And if you watch the Spelunky videos, like that's the only thing I'd probably say that was like a little gray hat. Like normally during the Spelunky videos on youtube.com/DanGheesling, I'll read the comments, but just in case, you know, people put two and two together. Hold on. So, all right. So let me answer a bunch of these questions. So it says, you seem to be alluding that I'm not alluding that there's anything. You know, I don't know if this is an all-star season. I'm just looking forward to the season. Did you see the guy who called the Sekiro playthrough? I did see that. What is the announcement? You'd really have to go back and watch the videos. There's like it's just a weave of announcements. So how was my weekend of sawing? It was not a weekend of sawing. I did enjoy and I give credit. Like give credit to like Melf and Northern Lion and Dumb Dog. Like they like whether they like fed the engine too. You know, and I'm happy for them too. Because you got to think on my end, like my intention is to never, like, especially with the community that's always here, it was not to mislead anyone, because that's the last thing I want to do. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of people in the community here, like, dude, if Dan was going, like, we would know, and he just wouldn't vanish like that. And I feel like a lot of the community that's here normally kind of probably figured out what was going on. I know there's a lot of speculation, but, hold on. What it says, what does the word molding mean? I don't know what that means. Do you have enough liquid after all the misting? Dude, that's the thing. Like, I just gave people what they wanted. I think it was probably like, it's probably a slow week for Big Brother news. So, I don't expect a thank you email from Taran or anyone for giving people something to talk about, but I'm definitely not saying that. Did I consider going on Big Brother? Was it a hard no right away? I can't answer that question. Can you confirm or deny the real answers are in Skokie, Illinois? Taran gave it a 10% chance that you were going to go on Big Brother. Let me see some of these other questions. I knew it was a break, but you love the Mystic. I think it was fun. Like, look, if there's nothing going on, like, at least it's something to have fun and talk about. And hold on, I'm scrolling way back. I'm trying to catch up. Balding and mad at the same time. What is that? Like, what does balding amplify your madness? During the last month, I was adamant you were not going to be on the show. Then you tweet out a schedule in third person. I was totally missed it. All right, so that's another, like, there's a lot of things. I want to say a lot of things. There's like things I forgot I did. I figured, like, I would just sprinkle that out there. Like what, like just change it a little bit. Yeah, no, I'll tweet out the show schedule tonight, but it's pretty much a normal schedule for the most part. Am I going to do a reaction video to the Big Brother subreddit reaction to the announcement? That's a great idea. That's probably going to be really great content because it's probably going to be like, everyone was like always been like pretty cool with me and like really nice, but now I can see if there's going to be some upset people. I understand. Yeah, Sekiro will be modded for sure. That was kind of one of the cool little announcements. Was your 10 out of 10 event week? I tell you what, normally it takes me like 2 days to like unwind, but I mean, it was like an action-packed week. It was, it was my 9-year wedding anniversary. My son turned 4, so it's, there's a lot there's a reason why I take this week off. Was the BPM higher or lower to play the video versus this? Way higher. Because like, I have no expectations, right? When I fired up the stream today, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know that we were going to set a channel record for people being here. Deadly Slab, nice lobster catch, by the way. And like, I would check like Instagram and stuff, so I'd see stuff and I wanted to comment, but I'm just like, just wait, Big Brother fans have nothing going on right now. Well, look, at least like, and that's kind of what I look at. What I do is like to have some form of entertainment or entertain people. So if there's like, no Big Brother news, and clearly there was a demand for Big Brother news when you tweet out an emoji and it gets retweeted, I don't know, 100 times. Were there any meetings in the riddles that I dropped? Not really. I just thought it was something cool that would keep people hanging out. How often do I check the Big Brother Reddit? Once, like, it really was the start of that coffee cup emoji. Once that took off, I'm like people must really want Big Brother news. So then I would check. I'd probably check once a day for sure. And then somehow, like, it led to seeing all the other stuff. Am I retired from Big Brother? I'd say yeah for now. Can we watch Big Brother together? It's not on Amazon Prime. We've watched a Survivor season together, and that was a lot of fun. We watched Blood versus Water. It's really good. The real ones knew you wouldn't go back. Tracy Fan Club. That's like a 62 month badge. That's crazy. Live react. Should I go to the Big Brother Reddit right now? 4th of July was good, man. 4th of July was good. How long did the legendary intro take? So it was really 2, right? So it was, and so like I said, I didn't work all week, but I'm like, man, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I just figured the ending of The Usual Suspects would be a good deal. He was 99% sure you're just taking a break. Yeah, I mean, like, it's good. You got to take a week off every now and then. Have I seen LN? I don't know what LN is. If you were asked, would it have been a hard decision? You're saying you're playing hypotheticals. I don't even know if I can answer that. Can I answer a hypothetical question? Yo, Wavy, what's good? What kind of merch can you be expecting? I mean, I would say stuff in line with what Jay has designed in the past. I'm really gonna be pretty hands off for the most part, because I trust him. All right. So can I answer this question, Zappy? It's easier for me to like pick questions if you at me to. Are you gonna watch the baseball finals on Ryan's channel? Probably not, but I'm excited for it. Is it like Game 7 or what? And that's the thing, like, it's just when you make something, for me it just starts with an idea, and then it just gets like crazier and crazier, and like, what if we were to do this? And like, one of the things that was running through my mind as I was doing this, the one thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to upset the community, or I didn't want to upset the 596. And really, it came down to me, I'm like, okay, would you be upset if you could leverage an event going on for the opportunity to potentially grow the channel? I don't think, and that's the question I asked myself. I'm like, I don't think they would be mad for that. If I retired from Big Brother for right now. But I'm interested to hear like what the Big Brother community, their reaction is. Like, I imagine some people are laughing and some people are like, I don't think, yo, Agent 7300, good to see you, man. You're the OG. You're one of the OGs. I imagine it's like either freezing or piping hot. Like, freezing being like, hate this guy, hot equals they're laughing. I don't think there's going to be in between. Mr. Luck Gaming says you're a marketing genius. You know, it's like anything else, man. I just listen, right? Like you can't, like I couldn't create this. It just was a bubble. Will there be a new season of YO football? It will continue. It will. The DSPN YO football season will officially continue. If you were only gone for a week, that means you didn't last long in the house. It's not how it works, but the Big Brother subreddit is in shambles. I don't want it to be in shambles. What can I tell you about the merch? Will be worldwide shipping. Right now, it's in the early stages, but it'll launch in the fall for sure. Taran is your dad. You should probably let him know. And I thought there was like a part of me. I'm like, all right, well, for this moment right here, I'm like, well, I should reach out to Taran and be like, hey, pop on and ask any questions that you think the Big Brother community may have. But I wasn't sure that he wouldn't like, and nothing against Taran, but I wasn't sure that he wouldn't like leak it. Like literally, I told no one. No one knew. And I did have that's not true. I had lunch with Jay, Wolves at My Door. And I'm like, hey, dude, let's take a picture, but just don't post it anywhere until Sunday. Yo, also shout out to Devrock. Devrock got the Devrock. I messaged Devrock during the silent period. He got me the Sekiro footage. Easy clap in the chat for Devrock. Why mod Sekiro? Because there's no cosmetics in it. Mods are deleting new posts. Oh, I'm trying to catch up. It's scrolling. Honestly, I know it. Like, I don't even have the view count up. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Thank you guys. By the way, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm here to answer any and all questions you guys have. If you guys are brand new and you're enjoying it or you want to check out the show, we'll be live with our new summer season tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit the follow button. It'll send you an alert when we go live. I'm way behind. Ryan was actually sad you're gonna be gone for months. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and I'll have this conversation with them privately, but I'm having it publicly. Like, you know, like I collaborate with Ryan on a weekly podcast. Check the Wire. CheckTheWire.com. We talk about behind the scenes stuff. It's on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Google Podcast. I wouldn't have just like from a business standpoint, I wouldn't have ghosted him. Be like, oh yeah, I'm going on a show. Good luck. Like there would be a plan in place. Same thing with Team Unity. I wouldn't just leave. Like those are like, I mean, for lack of business obligations, I wouldn't just like ghost them like that. But they would have to sign their life away if it did happen. All right, so I'm catching up here. Survivor watch parties again. I think it's not off the table, but I think really the next one of the new things we announced is Dang Pre. I put having some downtime. Looking forward to I don't want to give too much about it away, but for now call it a monthly Grand Prix marbles racing series culminating with a year-end championship for the community. Foosbron James says, seeing all of the support for your return, does that make you want to go back more? I mean, to be honest, I'm a little surprised, right? Like, it's been 8 years since I've been on the show. So, like, to see that people were, like, really, I would see some tweets, like, and trust me, I don't take anything I do seriously or, like, think, at all. But when I saw, like, a couple tweets saying, like, hey, like, Dan can like salvage 2020 for me by going on, I'm like, oh man, like that tweet hurts. That hurts. So I'm hoping that doing some Instagram lives with people you recognize, I'm hopefully that will like lighten the edge a little bit. Merch will not. It'll come out in fall. So it's everything's being designed right now. NL said some bad things during his Dark Souls 2 stream. Why does your reaction make it seem like you're actually asked? How am I supposed to react? I can't legally answer a hypothetical question. Am I under an NDA? I can't answer that question. Am I still gonna play Tarkov? Yeah, of course. What do I think of the new Kanye single? I listened to it for like once through, not a ton though. Did you miss anything this last week? Like now, like during the week, I was like, okay, it took me a couple days to unwind, but like now I'm excited to get back to work tomorrow, for sure. What was my favorite piece of speculation? The funny thing to me was like all these sources 100% confirmed. I was like there, I'm in, I'm locked in, and I'm sitting here like just going to the grocery store. I'm not locked in anywhere, getting gas, just but at the same time it made me think like, man, like what are sources? Do I still coach at Michigan State? I do not. Would I do a sequester mini like 5-hour thing? No, I think that's cool. I think it's cool. I think it fills a void for sure. It's just not something I'd be interested in participating in. I am personally pogged. It flew by. Go to the subreddit. It's entertaining. I don't want to crush anyone's souls. I just want people to be like entertained and laugh and have a good time. Can we assume you're only going to do this? What's it like being in sequester right now? I do not still coach at Michigan State. Any tidbits you can give your fans in this season? I bet you guys could give me more tidbits that I could give you. Did I enjoy the week off? Yeah, the week off was good, man. It was good. It gave me some time to take a step back, evaluate, figure out ways to make the show better. I think, I missed that set. I think the Big Brother community was mad. I missed that. You're not mad, you're just disappointed. Dude, I can understand anyone with the range of emotions for Big Brother, because it's a very passionate, very, very passionate fan base. All right, I'm gonna skip a bunch of questions. I'm gonna try to just catch up to live chat. Am I going full time now? I'm not. With the OPG thing, that really slowed it down for sure. But I might do some like really one monetization thing like I didn't want to do. But now I'm like, all right, well, if it gives me closer to going full time, I'll do it. All of the posts about you on the Reddit are getting deleted, but some are real mad. I invite him to come here. I'd love to talk to him. Ready for the summer of Cerso? I'm with you, Melfina. Give it a day and the subreddit will panic about all spoilers being fake. Yeah, Savvy, I'm fully recharged. See, someone almost got me. I can't even say what I was gonna say. If Taran's around, I'd pull him on. Well, I'd pull him on just for a couple questions for sure. But I don't know what I could answer. It's vacation. The only time I let it grow out is vacation. Big Brother just posted a thread saying you're trolling us today and you're actually going on the show. Look, all I could do is tell you what's going on my end. I can't, whatever the speculation is. VRAT, it is, yeah. I am not going full time. No. But the OPG thing, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but taking a step back from the OPG thing, it slowed it down for sure. How many votes were against me? What do you mean? Now, I hope that, did the boys get any wins on Tuesday? I am going to try Mortal Shell for sure. Jordan Maines, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to the live. I'm trying to scroll the live. Should we expect any Big Brother this summer? I'll do some Instagram lives talking about the current season. Hopefully with Brittany. I should probably text her. It was funny. I don't want to put anyone on blast. I got a lot of texts from friends in the community. Let me text her right now. Hey, you want to do some IG lives this season? Should I send her devil emoji face? I'm not going full time. No, I'm not going full time. We're not quite there yet. All right, I gotta scroll down to the bottom because I want it to be a live experience. Why did you pretend you don't know what sequestering means? I didn't pretend. What I was at, I know what clip you're talking about. The clip you're talking about is when someone came in the chat, said, "Hey Dan, what's your schedule next week?" And it was on a Tuesday. And I'm like, no one comes in and asks that from the community. So I was just trying to get them to ask what they really wanted to ask, but they didn't ask. If you know what I'm saying. Any news on becoming a master angler? Platinum Fox, that's a sad story I will tell sometimes this week. Lion, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The whole point was to entertain and give people something to talk about and have some fun. I would bring Taran on. I just don't know what he could ask. If he can, he's a shrewd individual. He gets it. If he has questions that he wants to ask that are within the realm of askable, I would bring him on for sure. Where's my DX Racer? I'm actually at home right now, not in the subreddit is in the first stage of grief. Yo, Roland, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, man. Why don't I want a free $500,000? What are you trying to imply by that? You missed the streams this week. It's crazy how much part of the schedule. You know what, Lord Kaiser? Same thing, man. So I had to do some work to get the pass stands going, and I'm not saying I was actually in chat for like a little bit of it just to like see what was going on, but I'm not saying that either. Josh, yeah, I've been thinking about bringing some Mario Maker back to youtube.com/DanGheesling. I did, you know what? That's BTP. Cool. Deadly Slob playing Dark Souls. That's one of the things that like I saw. I'm like, I gotta respond. I gotta tweet to him. And I couldn't. Like I just like, nah, man. Like I can't.
Let's go.
Thoughts on the Pistons? Christian Wood is the future. What made me change my start time to 10 a.m.? So taking this week off, like I don't want to get super deep right now, but I did like a full assessment of essentially life and like where am I spending my time? Where can I do better? And I feel like moving that allows me to do everything. If that makes sense. So the schedule will not change a ton, but I'm gonna tweet that out tonight. Doing a great job covering up the rumors for CBS. I'm not doing anything for anyone. I did not see Ryan get crushed by a loadout drop. If in a world you're guaranteed you go back to the final two again, would you go back? So I feel like does Taran have me on Discord? Cool. Taran, if you got me on Discord, I could probably bring you on audio for sure. I don't know if I could bring you on video if you want to come on and ask some questions. I don't know if Taran has me on Discord, but like all memes aside, like I really, really love my life right now. I have family. I got 2 boys under 4, and I get to do this. I mean, to leave that for an extended period of time, I don't know, and it's a no judgment zone, but for me, I just, I couldn't. Cool. Hold on, I can't. This chat's going too fast, guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm gonna post everything to YouTube. Cool. I mean, like, I'm just saying but like, I want to say that this is for me. It's not a judgment on anyone else. I couldn't leave my kids. I wouldn't want to. Like, that's like, it's a tough, like, 90 days. It's man, it's tough. Like, I just. It's that to me, it's like that's everything. Like, I couldn't. So much changes, right? It just, and that's for me, right? Like, I'm in a position where, like, that's just how I am. Not everyone's the same way, and it's no judgment on anyone else that does go with kids or anything like that. But for me, it's just it's not how I'm wired. Hold on, hold on, let me see if I have to have Taran in here somewhere. I don't think so. Taran, if you're here and you have questions, you want to pop on, I'll bring you on because I trust you to navigate the waters. Chris, I had to, like, I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring up my family, but, like, because I get emotional that way too. But you're not talking like 4 weeks. You're not talking like 39 days on an island. You're not talking that. You're talking like 90 plus days. I sent a friend request. All right, let me look. There he is. All right, let's see if this. All right, I'm gonna bring Taran on here. And Taran, I trust you. So I've told the story 100 times, not 100 times, but I met Taran because I'll just give him a little humble pie before it comes on. So long story short, Taran was like here like day one when I first streamed on Twitch back in December of 2012, and Taran, I think, was a moderator. He was like a part of like the day one community, and then I met him at a PAX, one of the PAXs, and like it was so early in Twitch, like like, not to sound like, if I got recognized, it wasn't because of Twitch. And so when I finally met Taran, and like Taran's reaction was like, it wasn't like, hey, I like watching you play The Binding of Isaac. It was like I knew, right? Like when you meet a Big Brother fan, for the most part, like, and like that's when I kind of figured it out. All right, let me call him here. Hopefully I can hear the audio.
Hello?
Hey, hold on, I gotta turn you up. Taran, what's going on, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hold on, can you guys hear him? Okay. What's going on, man?
I mean, I enjoyed your video. There was a streamer in there. He was very handsome and very smart, and I'm just curious, like, where you found him.
So I'll tell you this, man. Like, seeing that, because I checked the Big Brother subreddit, and I'm not subscribed to him. I probably should, but when I saw that, I'm like, man, you gave the footage you gave me was just like incredible. It's like I felt like a producer on a reality show. I'm like, man, I couldn't have fed you better lines than that. So thanks, and also you're welcome for giving you something to talk about the past week.
Yeah, right. You gave me a clickbait headline. I was able to. What is Dan gonna be on All Stars? I did say no because I did feel like I felt like the methodology was not what you would use if you actually were on the season.
Which was like, explain that for TLDR for people. Like, what do you mean by that?
Basically, like, if you're gonna be on, you're not gonna broadcast, like, by saying that you're taking a week off and there's a special announcement and you're giving winks and you're telling me that I'm gonna have a great time. Like, it's, that you're leading people in a certain direction, and you're smart enough to know that if you're actually going to be on, that by saying these things, you're essentially tipping your hand. And by tipping your hand, you'd be putting yourself in danger, I think, from all of the other players that might be on such a hypothetical season who would have knowledge of the fact that you're going to be on. And if they're talking amongst themselves and trying to pregame, then they might be like, oh, well, we know Dan's going to be on and he's a big target, so why don't we like all agree that he's an easy first boot?
So you would think by tipping that hand, you think it would hurt as opposed to help. What if it was the inverse? If like, oh, we know we can work with them, or you don't think anyone would ever think that?
Well, no, but I think you could reach out to people and get them to work with you on an individual basis. But for all the people that you haven't been able to communicate to because either you don't know that they're on or they're not talking to anybody, the fact that they know that you're on is probably only going to be a bad thing. I tried to think of like, what is a scenario where him being so publicly on the season could help him, and I couldn't really figure it out.
Well, and I think that's the thing that makes for interesting content, right? Is not you're not just like one side. At least you play both sides and made it interesting to listen to. But like if I were to ever play again, I don't think I would reach out, but I would welcome people to reach out to me. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in the event that a season has returning players, I feel like if you're reaching out, you better trust the other person. Immensely on the other end of the line, because part of me too is like I almost wouldn't want to do that, because to me that's not Big Brother, right? Like you go in and you figure it out, not like so like I can tell you this, the second time I played, I won't say I got a voicemail from someone, but I didn't interact with any of the other returning players, and part of me is like I just want to play it there as opposed to come in with pre-existing. Now you call that naive or whatever, like that's how I would want to play it, because I don't know, I wouldn't expect everyone to do that. I just feel like when you do that, it kind of like there's stuff, you're taking stuff outside the game into the game, which I think, you're the Survivor expert, it's played a real impact in those seasons, right?
Oh yeah, and I mean, you mentioned Sequester earlier. This sort of online game community is currently going through this, where when they have the cast announced ahead of time, there's a lot of pre-gaming, and the pre-gaming really has a big impact on even just these short online games. And the people that don't pre-game are often out early because especially if they're known for not pre-gaming, then they're like, oh well, that's an easy target because nobody will be mad if we go after them.
Yeah, and for me, like you got like my connections in the Big Brother community, I talk to like maybe a handful of people, and it's not, I'm not like I feel like in the Big Brother community, either they're all the way like everyone and you can like call everyone from like season 18, 19, 20, or you don't. And I'm like in the boat of like I talk to like 3 or 4 people max.
And as you found out, you're the kind of person where even if you're not very communicative to other people and talking and making alliances, people will still claim that you are and make things up about you.
Yeah, so I see Derek. I don't know if this is the actual Derek, but Derek, I had you in one of the videos, but I cut it out because I didn't want you to take it the wrong way. So like, but I don't know if it's him or not. Anyone could be here named Derek Levasseur. But yeah, man, I just like, to me it started from like literally every couple weeks I'll tweet out like something about coffee or coffee emoji or sunrise, and like Taran, like stuff just took off, and I'm like, man, this is not like normal,
Yeah, I really liked the coffee, because I know that you tweet out the coffee emoji all the time, and even my colleague Brent was falling for that. He was like, oh, it's he's tweeting about the tea, he's got the tea, and I was like, dude, he's just tweeting out coffee. But then you tweeted the J, and I was like, okay, that's probably a troll, and then you really
just
started
to clear there, the
going
J
for it.
thing came from the group that I make stuff with online, Team Uni, Northern Lion, Mike Leo Fox, Dumb Dog, all on Twitch. I like mistyped something, and then that show took like Jay, like in the gaming world community, and like blew it up there. And then I'm like, so when I tweeted the J, it was just like nodding the cap to that community, but then the other community took it as, I don't know. I mean, it was just like, for me, it's like, it took me a minute to be like, okay, like this is not normal. should you do it and can you do it? Those were the two questions that I had to answer.
That is Derek in the chat. I texted him. It's really him.
Well, let me ask you this: when you like when you see people with sources, like, because I saw like a ton of people with sources saying like I'm 100% in sequester. There's a part of me be like, well, what if this was like, I don't want to say something not important, something like, serious, and like there's all these sources saying I'm doing something. I'm like, I'm not there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there have been a lot of people tweeting about like, oh, Dan's in. I'm hearing Dan's in. I'm hearing Dan has made an alliance with this person. I hear he has a final 2 with this person. I hear that he's making all kinds of alliances. And my reaction was just like, if Dan was doing these things, how would you know? This is the best player of Big Brother of all time. Like, it would not be this messy. Like, and you would not know that he's on. That was always my thing. Like, if Dan is going to be on the season, I don't think we're going to know about it. I don't think that we're going to suspect it. I think it's going to be a surprise, and I think that we're not going to be hearing about all of his secret final 2s. Like, how did they find out? If it's a secret final 2, who said anything?
Well, that's what, like, hypothetically, if something were to happen ever, like, how do I don't even know how it would work, right? Like, you don't go live on Twitch 5 days a week for the past 2 or 3 years, and then you just gone, like, that's what I don't like. I don't know. Like, that's it. Clearly I'm in a different spot than other people because people don't, aren't into live streaming as much, but I don't know. It's such a unique and different time now. I will say this. I don't know. I hope it is, returning players, and I think it'll be really fun to watch. I think it's been way too long since that, and I think they have more than enough people to, kind of fill that. Let me ask this: based on your speculation and sources, what do you think is going to happen?
I think this is me, Taran. I think people have been contacted, and I think that there are a lot of people that have been contacted that feel like it's probably going to be on. But with everything that's happening in the world and in LA, I don't know how that's going to impact things. I don't know when anything is going to happen. But I do think that something at least was in the works and probably still is in the works. And it would almost, in my opinion, it would definitely be returning players and not new players.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting take. I hope we all get some news soon. And I've always watched, I'd say like the major episodes of the past seasons, but if it's returning players, and for lack of a better comparison, and I have like a couple horses in the race, aka like people that like I know or like or have played with, like I'm gonna be, it's different, I'm trying to think if I've ever experienced that, but it's like you're rooting for your home team, and if it, I don't know, but if there are, I think it'll be a really fun season. And I feel like everyone feels that way. Like if you've seen someone play before and you really like them, like it's the second time or they play, I imagine like you're even that much more invested.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I was actually just talking to June from season 4, and she was saying that she really wants an all winner season to happen, and that she'd be willing to do it. And I know Derek has talked about he'd love to do an all winner season. If and Survivor just did one, would that be a situation where you'd more strongly consider coming back?
See, and I don't I don't want this to come off as cocky. I don't care who I play against. I really don't. That's not a decision point for me. It's a matter of like my life, right? Like, I'm married. I have 2 young boys. Like I said a little bit earlier, I can't fathom leaving for 90 days right now. As they get older, to me, so like who I play against, I don't care who I play against. I really don't but that's the variable for me, if that makes sense. And so there's no number, there's no, it just has to be the right time, and right now it's not it.
So what I'm hearing is that Big Brother production should just be waiting for you to let them know when it's okay, and then they can make an all-star season again
Well,
for
what do you
you.
mean? Like, no, I mean, for me, like, end of the day, I'm very, very extremely grateful for all the support and love in the community. And for me, this was like it took me aback a little bit, right? Because, you have new good players now. You have new players to root for. And Taran, it's been 8 years, maybe even more since I've been on. And so, like, eventually, like, I feel like everything you have, like, expiration date or a point where people, like, don't care anymore. And I felt like I was kind of there, but, with the coffee cup emoji, that's clearly not the case. And so, just to be able to have, like, people get excited about, the roll of the dice that I may come back is cool. And I don't take that for granted. And I think for me, what I always try to do, and what, I'd say once I've matured a little bit, is when the seasons are on, I always try to add value to that season, right? Like, it's not about what happened season 10, week 3. I don't care about that, but like what's going on now, like, watching Tyler play, like I love like providing value to what's going on now, not reliving the past, because to me that's, I have no interest in that, and two, I don't think that gives people any entertainment or any value, with the exception of when we did like the historical recap, like when people say, hey, you want to come on and talk about Big Brother, I'm like, no, just listen to the podcast I did with Taran. So yeah.
Well, and to be clear, that's why I think that I'm genuine when I say production should, if you ever feel like the timing is right, they should drop everything to have you back on. In my opinion, because you do add value to every season that you're on. And like I have watched you on the live feeds. I have never had the privilege of covering you on the live feeds because it was before I was a podcaster. And I know that there are a lot of new Big Brother fans who have gone back and watched your seasons, who love you as a player and would love to be able to see you work in real time. And I know because a lot of those people were talking to me like, oh, I've never seen Dan on the feeds. I'm super excited at the idea of being able to. And I told them, if it ever happens, you're in for a treat, because you really do add value, not only in your gameplay, but also you're very entertaining on the feeds throughout. And that's why I think you're such a great streamer, is because you can just be entertaining when you're, just chilling, playing games, whatever you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. And for me, it's just, and I think it's not always, sometimes it can hurt your game if you do it too much. But to me, I just always try to remember, like, and I don't know if I could say this. I talked to someone recently, and I just told him like, hey, like, you kind of paved the way and you made it like a fun show, and like you never, I learned from that. And so when like I tried to emulate that because that was fun to watch. So like to try and put on, remember you're on a show, right? Like people want to watch to be entertained. And so, whether sometimes I probably pushed it too far, maybe did things that some people didn't think were funny, but I was even from I wouldn't say day one, I'd say halfway through season 1, the first time I played, I'm just conscious of like, all right, yeah, you're trying to win money, but like also if you can make it fun and do things like include the people and what's going on, and not just like sit there and complain. I've talked about this before. It's such a rare opportunity to be able to go into that house that I always say people would kill for that opportunity. And so I don't know, it just, for me, I always gravitate towards rooting towards people that really enjoy the experience and try to make it an entertaining experience. And it's not easy, but I think one of the big keys is just being self-aware, right? Like if you have people that go in there and they're, they embrace who they are and aren't afraid to do that, I think it's really fun to watch. And I feel like those are all the people that people gravitate towards, is the people who are just themselves as much as possible when you watch a show. So that's what I'm really always looking for when picking people to root for. But I appreciate the kind words, man.
Yeah, and I just I love that one of the first things you said after the video is just like, that's probably the closest you'll come to playing with me, and your response to this is probably a good indicator of what kind of juror you'd be.
Well, that's like, I thought that, but I thought that was I was gonna put it in the video, but I thought that maybe a little harsh. But like being like, I don't want to say on the edge of your seat, but being involved in something and then it doesn't go the way you think. That I was thinking about, I'm like, that is the closest. People are like, oh, I wonder what it's like to be on jury or play with Dan or against Dan. However you felt in that moment when it's like, man, like at some point, whether in the Usual Suspects trailer, when you realized I wasn't going, like you were either laughing or you were angry. And I'm like, man, that's how people feel in Big Brother. They either like laugh or realize what you've done and are like, man, you either got me, or they're like angry that they didn't see it coming or that they were misled in a certain way. And it'd be interesting to see, and I haven't checked the Reddit, but I do check the Reddit. Just, I expect people to be upset, but I feel like, if I could ever have put people in a position to at least give them a percentage of how they would feel on the jury, I think that's probably the closest anyone's gonna ever get.
Well, also probably when people talk about you misting people, it's probably a similar experience of people who've been misted by you because they really shouldn't have believed it. They should have known better, but they still did. And that's kind of, I think, what happens in the house too.
But and I think this is another like insight maybe people can take from it, is that I never once said I was going on. Like I never sometimes you just and I don't want this to come off as like backhand. Sometimes you just give people what they want, and then you're aware that that's going on, and then eventually the rubber's going to meet the road, and you just hope that they take it the right way.
Yeah, I honestly, like, based on what I've seen, I think people are more upset at some of the people that did say that you were definitely on, and they're like, oh, well, these people are clearly lying, and now we know.
Yeah, I just, and I'm like everyone else, man. I look for like, spoiler accounts and stuff like that. And I feel like, and I don't know the history of them, but I know there's like, there's a few that have been out there that have been right or been right in the past. And, I don't like, do you find any validity in like, are you like, I mean, I don't want to call anyone out by name or like any spoiler accounts, but do you feel like any of them to you are valid or have some reputable information?
I mean, I think that they all have information in the sense that they all know that people are being contacted. But I think that similar to, Vegas for sure, right? When she was around, where like she had credible information, but then anything that wasn't verifiable, it was like, okay, well, what's going on here? So like, I think that anything where it seems like it might be an opinion or a guess, or something that like, how would they have known? Like Dan is in a secret final too. I think that you can probably assume that they're taking what little credible information they have and trying to extrapolate and predict based on their opinions and passing it off like it might be actual information when it's not really actual information.
the only interesting thing that I got, so like I have a texting platform. You can text me at 313-241-9639. I got a text from someone with the name of a historical spoiler account, and they're like, oh, so and so just backed out, did you know that? I don't respond. And then I just got one, I don't know, maybe a day or two ago, says, oh, I just heard you backed out. And I'm like there's I wasn't in a car to back in or back out of, but I appreciate the text nonetheless. So yeah. Oh,
and I think the line now for those people is like, oh well, I heard that he was on. I guess I heard wrong. I guess the person that told me was wrong. But then it's like, well, then then what else did you hear that was wrong, right?
Yeah. No, and like end of the day, I'm super. I was excited to be able to do this, have some fun, but also if the speculation caused people to be entertained, during the week or whatever, it gives people some Big Brother stuff to talk about, I was happy to do it as long as, no one gets super offended or upset by it.
Yeah, I hope people are fine. I mean, we really don't have anything else to tell. The Big Brother should be on right now. We should be watching it right now. So the fact, like, you're giving us something, right? I've been able to stream about Big Brother speculation for hours at a time over the last couple of weeks.
Can I ask you one question about your stream?
Mm-hmm.
So when you do like your live Q&A streams, how come you don't play like light music in the background? Because I figure there had to be a reason.
I mean, I've always been wary of like the copyright stuff,
Okay.
and they've been cracking down lately, and so I've kind of been like, well, good, because I never did it.
Okay.
I could play some like non-copywritten music, but
Yeah.
I feel like it would get a little repetitive for hours at a time.
Gotcha.
Um,
I give you credit, man. Like your live stream is like literally you and chat. Like that. I'm like, man, he's at like whatever the one. I mean, like he went for 3 hours doing Q&A. I'm like, that's dedication to the robot army, right?
Yeah.
Also, what is your logo? Like, what is the thing in front of your name?
It's a T and an A, but combined.
But they're like inverted backwards. I was looking at it. I couldn't see it. It was like futuristic. I can't.
Yeah. It's like I just I had a designer work on it, and it's just kind of like a cool little branding thing.
Okay, dude. I'm gonna call that is not a T and an A.
It can be if you think about it, right? There's the T is like
on top.
It's like you split the T in half, and then you take the two bits on the bottom and you pull them out for the A.
I mean, can I? Okay, I'm. It's like one of those, and you're probably too young for it. They used to have these things at the mall, and there was like a scrambled up image, and if you stared at it long enough, then like something would 3D pop off of it.
I remember those. Yeah.
I don't. Can someone tweet me Taran's logo with like the T and A draw on it so I can? I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it. I just it's avant-garde, and I haven't wrapped my head around it.
It was meant to be kind of just like it's like a little emblem, like it's
like you stamp it on something.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, Taran, man, thanks for popping on. I was really close to sending you a message, but I'm like, I don't know. Could I have trusted you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Chat, like, Y in chat if I could trust them, or N in chat if no.
Well, they know, because and I said this on one of my streams too. Like I've never been interested in being a source of information. Even if I do know things, I'm not going to say it. I'm not one of these people that's spoiling anything. I'm just a spectator. I'm just an analysis person. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, Taran, thanks for popping on, man. I think it's going to be, I hope it's going to be a fun season, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
What's your coverage going to be, or what do you talk about what you're doing this season so people can follow you?
Yes. Well, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taran Armstrong. I like to stream sort of like with the live feeds and kind of live commentate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So especially when like fun things are happening. So that's really fun. So if you're following me and you have notifications on, because it's not always scheduled, then that's fun during the season. And then of course on Rob as a podcast, I do morning updates every single day where I recap the previous day on the live feeds and get out everything that's been happening. And we also do episode recaps. I'm also doing, like Q&A streams on Twitch, and I've been playing a game that must not be named on this channel. I've been playing that.
If you did say it, you would have got hung up on.
And I also like I've been playing some like mafia werewolf kind of games on stream here and there as well, and those are pretty fun. So yeah, that's
very cool. Well, if the mods can link Taran's channel, I was have a definite amount of respect for Taran, the way he approaches things, the way he's built things from the ground up, from zero to where he is now, and also one of the things I enjoy about you, what you do is you provide a tremendous amount of value to the Big Brother and reality TV's communities without in a very positive way. Like I can't ever think of a time where I've heard you or seen you like, bashing or going over the top on someone. And to me, as as a fan of the show and the community, that means a lot to me, and is a large part of why I'm a fan of yours. So thanks for doing what you do, man.
Thank you, and honestly, like you inspired me in that direction as well. And like you said, like I got on Twitch for you. You were my first Twitch endeavor, and I really liked the community that you were building and the way that you were doing it. And so I definitely wanted to emulate that in some way.
Well, I appreciate it, man, and good luck this season. I'm sure I'll talk to you at some point.
All right,
All
awesome.
right, see you, buddy.
See you later.
Chat, should we bring Derek on? Why in chat to bring Derek on? Let me see. We're only gonna go for a couple minutes. Hang on. I don't know. What is my okay, add me and Gheesling? I believe I am. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here. Taran just comes with like, I don't have to worry about like, it just keeps it what it's about, man. Like having fun, keep it entertaining. And for me, what it's about is not like going in on anyone. Let me see. I'm supposed to get I've not talked to, let me see. I don't have a what is my Discord name? One sec here, guys. It's gotta be a way you can see your Discord name, right?
Let's go.
So yeah, I'm glad Taran popped on. He had some insightful comments and I think has a pretty good beat on what people want to hear and know about. So I'm glad he was able to come on. 5912. Thank you. Sorry. But yeah, no, if you guys are brand new, hope you guys are enjoying the segment today. It's obviously a little bit different than normal. This is as close you get to. Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, it's all right. He sent one. Hold on. It's funny. Sometimes things just work out like this, right? You just there he is. What if it's actually not him?
Let's go.
Yo, you there? Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Are you on your phone?
Yeah, hold on one second. I gotta mute your room.
Got you. So for those of you guys who don't know, if you don't know Derek won season 16 and he won in an impressive fashion. If you're not familiar with Big Brother, and is often in the consideration of a lot of people want to see him play again. I don't know what he's doing right now though. I'll tell you what, man. Agent 7300. If ever I'm getting roasted online somewhere, but I've deserved some roasting for sure. I can always count on Agent 7300 being on the front lines, battling. Did you miss the announcement? There's a handful of announcements. I don't know what Derek's doing though. Derek can hear me. I cannot hear you. I used to When will the announcement be uploaded to YouTube? I can actually, it shouldn't, the files are very small. I'll put them up right away. YouTube.com/DANGHEESLING. I'd say, I could probably do it right now. Derek got disconnected by a television network. Green screen and sequester must be a new thing. Like, what do you need me to do? Show you my house? Can you get merch in the UK? That, to me, that's I can't talk too much about it yet, but to me that's something that's like priority one. It's of high priority in the checklist of life. What seasons do they give you to watch and sequester? I actually went to youtube.com/DanGheesling and started watching, all the playthroughs on there. 100 plus episodes of Spelunky. Derek, I can't hear you. Whatever you did, can you undo it? Here, I'll cancel and recall. Yo, you there? Whatever we used to be able to hear him, then whatever he did, he muted it. Just undo whatever you just did, man. Live pre-gaming. Do I usually? I normally do stream with a green screen for sure. Let me see if I can get him on. It's fun seeing Dan on the side of audio troubles. I mean,
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. I think it was just I first and foremost I use Discord for a class I take for cybersecurity, and that's literally the only reason I use it.
Ah, nice, man. Nice. What's going on?
So I just wanted to
Uh-oh, I lost you. Dude, I lost you. Whatever you're saying. The cybersecurity, the VoIP. I was actually pretty surprised that he had Discord, to be honest, but I do feel like there's an application like Discord is like slowly going beyond gaming. Like it's just such a well organized communication program. We're not sponsored; it's free, ladies and gentlemen. He left. Discord is trying to get rid of the gaming branding. I mean, like I could see them selling a enterprise or corporate edition and doing well in it. I'm fine for that as long as they don't. I would pay for it for the community for sure all day. Yo, you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know, dude. Discord's not working, so I'll make it fast. I obviously was probably not one of the people who bought that you were going for legal reasons that we can't say, but I do got to say I'm disappointed to hear that the alliance you and I started as far as our final two is not true.
Well, I mean, like we're walking in like a very murky territory. I'm sure of, but it's probably fun to have this conversation live. I was surprised that I didn't get a text. I will say that. I don't know if you were any surprised that you didn't get a text.
A text from you?
Yeah.
Well, so here's my thing. I've made it very clear, like, in my opinion, you're one of my favorite players of all time. The way that you look at Dr. Will, kind of how I look at you, to be honest, and I've told you that.
I appreciate that.
And at the end of the day, I think you and I are, we play by the rules, for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think you said something earlier as far as, like, at the end of the day, hypothetically, if you and I were in there, we would make a decision once we're in there what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Are we gonna work together? Are we gonna align and try to like just run the house and battle it out like gentlemen at the end, or are we gonna go at each other's throats the first week? You know what I mean? Like we would figure it out when we were in there.
Yeah. And that's what and I don't know the depth of, all the Survivor seasons where people went in and kind of pregame. To me, I just I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me that much. What's your take on it?
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if I, just like you, I got many text messages and phone calls and DMs from people that some of which I was close with and some I had never really spoken to before. And some were actually offended that I wouldn't confirm whether or not I was going, which was interesting to me. But But I do have a couple questions for you that are unrelated to like you and I, but
Yeah.
are Big Brother related.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're joking about sources and stuff, and I know there's a lot of like accounts with Big Brother, the community, as far as like putting rumors out there, and that's like, you know, they're not very valid as far as like, you know, some of the newer ones.
Mhm.
How do you feel about, without saying names, about former house guests who a lot of the community looks up to and feels like they do have good information, you know, tend to put out stuff that that isn't valid?
Yeah, I mean, my take on this, and I think it's probably fair that I say it this way, is like, I look at it as entertainment, and I think that if you're able to be a part of the conversation and entertain, like, I get why, you know what I mean? I just the only thing that for me that was concerning, it has nothing to do with Big Brother, is that, like, imagine if it was like, you know, something else, right? Like, oh, hey, Dan, this happened to Dan. Like, I'll use a terrible example. Dan got in a car accident, and like, what if that took off? And it's like, people are like, oh, I have sources, I saw it, and it's not really true. You know, that's what made me think. Like, from this standpoint, just like, oh, it's just entertainment. But like, what if something like that happened? Like, there's nothing to stop that from happening, right? Like, do you ever think about that? I think I lost him. We lost Derek. Yeah, he's like, I'm out. Derek's like, I'm out. Yo, you there?
Yeah. I'm out. You start talking like that, I'm like, I'm out.
No, do you think about that? Like, it's just like something.
I definitely am a little concerned as far as there are some house guests on there, and I think they don't understand how much people value their opinion, whether they won, whether they didn't win. And I think from a perspective of what could potentially happen this season, you know, I think you and I being on here right now are confirming that. Well, I'll say it right out. You said it a couple minutes ago. You and I never spoke, whether we were on or not.
No.
We never made an alliance. We never even talked to each other in regards to, did we get a call?
Yeah, no, and I was like, to be honest, I was like a little surprised. Like, there's not a like, I wasn't surprised that some people reached out, but like, you know, I was a little surprised you didn't. And like, but I'm also like, you know how I would want to play it.
You know why though?
Yeah.
Because I know you well enough to know that whether you were on or not, you wouldn't have confirmed or denied it anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So why reach out? Let's just, you know, I knew you weren't going. I mean, at the end of the day, I knew you weren't going, but I knew you weren't going because I'm empathetic to you in a lot of ways. You know, we're both similar in age. We're both doing things outside of Big Brother. We both have 2 small children. There's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's a lot of uncertainties. And it's very difficult to leave your family alone for 90 days as a father. You know, so I can relate to you there without knowing you that well. That's a concern for me as well. So it's got to be a concern for you.
Yeah, no, and that's where it's like, it's just such a long time, and I feel like it's just, I mean, so much can change in 30, 60, 90 days, and you know, I mean, we don't need to get into it now, but just I don't know about you, but I will say this, I hope a season runs, and I'm hopeful for it. What's your level of excitement for this season, just internally for you?
You know, I'm cautiously optimistic that it's going to actually happen. Again, we got to be careful, but we may know things that other people don't know. But at the end of the day, coronavirus is going to dictate whether or not there's a season.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what I'm waiting on. And that's something that there's no one out there, including the experts, apparently, that really know what the virus is going to do or how we're going to react to it as a society. Are we going to shut down again? Are we just going to say, forget it and just go forward? And as far as production, you know, I have a TV show on Discovery. I know that show's not doing anything anytime soon. So it's one of those things where logistically, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're also geniuses at what they do. So if they can pull it off, they're going to pull it off.
Hey, so I was involved a lot in like just reading stuff going on, and one of the things I saw and laughed at was it said, you know, you do like a weekly Wednesday live stream on Instagram, is that right? And then someone's like, I saw a tweet or someone's like, hey, Derek's, you know, had technical problems and he's never had was that an actual thing, or are you like, let me just fuel the flames?
Nah, I'll be real. I didn't troll anybody at all. I was looking at your trolling and I was like, he's a savage because he's gonna get some heat thrown his way because there's some passionate fans, and I was like, damn, we're going through the worst year of all of our lives and just messing with these people. You got more kahunas than me. But as far as the technical difficulty, it's funny you just had Taran on
Yeah.
because I'm trying to use OBS,
Yeah.
and he was actually on the phone with me that night trying to help me fix it. But I knew I wasn't going to convince anyone. I knew everyone was going to take it as me trolling.
No, I mean my thing is like, man, like I know some people will be upset, but I hope they, that it's not malicious, right? It's just trying to have fun and entertain people. And there's, for Big Brother fans, there's nothing going on right now, so at least I had that. But
you might be hiring me for the death threats you get after this.
wouldn't be the first time, but
oh well, and I'm not going to go, but like we talked, I don't know, a couple months ago, but it was nothing Big Brother related.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting when I was seeing that stuff because I'm like, again, we're, if I felt like there was a need for us to talk, I would have reached out. But I mean, not saying I got you read, but I could see what you were doing. And I also think it was a very smart move because you have a business that's based on, the interaction and the engagement that you have with your fans. And if this is an opportunity to have fun and also grow that, you'd be a fool not to.
Yeah.
So I have no issue with it whatsoever.
No, dude, I appreciate it. And actually, I got a voicemail I should probably run by you that you can run some cyber security on. But man, let's keep in touch. And if there's a season, man, let's I'm sure we'll have some fun with it. But keep in touch, man. It was good catching up with you.
Dude, absolutely. I guess I gotta ask one more question for the fans though.
Yeah.
One more question, and I don't even know the answer to this, so I'm not going anywhere with it. But in a world, we're both huge Big Brother fans.
Yeah.
We agree on that. Both love the game, love the community. Is there a world one day where you can see if it was like not a celebrity Big Brother, but the length of a celebrity Big Brother, and the time was right in your life with your sons, all that stuff, and you knew that, again, I know it's not a big thing for you to play against the best, but if you could have a season where we give the fans what they want for 30 days or 45 days, is that something that would be enticing to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's, some people are wired to do certain things, right? And I think, if you're successful at something, if you enjoy it, like the opportunity if the opportunity is right and everything makes sense, and it's kind of like, it's all right. So here's my best analogy is that, all right, you play in the NBA, you enjoy it, you have success, you love it, you grind it, and then you walk away and you retire. But then there's some young kid or a kid from another generation that wants to play one-on-one. They're like, hey, you call the shots, we'll play on whatever court you want. Of course I want to dunk in his face. Of course.
Yeah, you're a competitor.
Yeah. So, but
we'll see what happens. Again, I look forward to who knows if it never happened. The chances are it might not. But I will say, I think I speak for a lot of people. I'm not speaking for you. You speak for yourself. But for me, world where we all get in the same house and play for the community because we respect the people that support us to this day. Like you said, 8 years later, they're still supporting you. It's one of those things where it would be kind of cool. I think for a lot of former winners or former quote unquote greats, go in there for a month or a month and a half and have fun with it. And I think I would love the opportunity to play with people like you, Will,
welcome,
Janelle, Danielle Reyes, like all the great Vanessa, Tyler, get them all in there and just, it's going to be a bloodbath, but I think it would be the best season of Big Brother ever.
I think it'd be fun to watch. And I this is my take. So people can take whatever they want, but they know we're not in it now. I hope.
Facts.
I'm hopeful and optimistic that the way this season is framed will be, I'm just trying to think of a way to say it without saying it.
I got you.
I hope they put it in a way that's like it fits and makes sense and gets people fired up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more off the Twitch, but I totally read you. But anyways, man, I appreciate what you do, and I'm a big fan of yours, Big Brother. I mean, I'm not a big gamer,
yeah,
but I definitely I'm disappointed you're not in there. But I will say honestly, I didn't think you were going, but I would have been disappointed if you were in there and I wasn't.
Yeah.
So and not because I want to go against you. I think that we could probably work really well together and probably walk away with a lot of money. But again, it's one of those things where, I look forward to maybe one day down the road, Big Brother comes up with something where it works for all of us and we're at points in our lives where we can ultimately give, the community what clearly from your T emoji, clearly they want.
I'd love to do that, man. But Derek, it's good catching up, man. Let's talk soon.
All right, brother. Take care.
Later. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed it today. Thank you guys so much for being here. There's a part of me that wants to go look at what's going on the Reddit and Twitter and stuff, but I'll probably save that for a YouTube reaction video. youtube.com/DanGheesling. If you guys are brand new, thank you guys for all the love today. Thank you guys for being here. Like I had zero expectations of what was gonna happen. But clearly there were some records set today. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's when it end of the day, when I saw that we could have some fun with it, I really put some thought into the videos and like putting it together and making it so it wasn't like this big troll to you, right? Like to the community that's here on Twitch. And I think at the end of the day, what I was hopeful that, number one, the Big Brother community would laugh and have some entertainment, and not say more importantly, I'm not saying that you guys weren't mad and that you realized this was like a flash in the pan opportunity to like leave her. And like, if you didn't know I was on Twitch, you probably know I'm on Twitch now. But thank you guys so much for being here. The new schedule will be tweeted out later today, but we will be live tomorrow, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're at work, if you need something on in the background or you're babysitting, it's clean, positive entertainment. You don't have to worry about F this, F that. We go live 5 days a week, and I think you guys will enjoy the show. And the community's extremely friendly. The community's super supportive, super welcoming. And if you guys enjoyed the show today, you'll enjoy the show tomorrow. I'll send it out with the videos. I'll play the first video again. Thank you guys. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna upload the videos to YouTube, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here.